Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. This is Psychic Medium Raymond Guzman, and as promised, I'm doing a psychic reading on Sidney Powell. I know that a lot of people are probably wondering, Ray, why are you doing political readings? This is not really political. A lot of people are wanting to know, and so, yeah, I'm doing celebrity readings still, but I'm also doing a lot of current issues, current people, and she is one of them. And I think a lot of people want to know or are wanting to know exactly why the Trump legal team decided to part ways with her. And I think it's very interesting that it happened. So I'm just going to give you my own insights of what I feel about her. Immediately when I tune into her, this even before I lay out some cards to see what spirit, gives me. I'm using my gift here. I feel like she is someone who is very strong, very much in her dominant or male. I would say she is very much in her divine masculine energy. And what I got, as a psychic, the actual psychic hits that I got from her energy and from what was going on with the Trump campaign, is that, she butted a lot of heads with Giuliani. Now, I think Giuliani is great in trying to present this case, and trying to help President Trump to fight the fraud that obviously took place with this election. We all know that. But I do not feel like he's the best candidate to do it, even with the panel of team that he has. He does have good record, right? But I honestly feel like he's not the right person for the representation. Now, Sidney was labeled by much of the media, as being a conspiracy theorist, or kind of the lines were blurred, and they kind of said that she's gotten a little bit too much into that. I kind of feel like they are wrong about that. I don't see her or peg her as a conspiracy theorist, but I do see that she is very spiritually awoken, and I do feel that she is going to release the Kraken. Now, if she was never part of the Trump legal team or whatever, there's a lot of rumors that she wasn't, she is, or the campaign. Like, how would she know all this fraud that's taken place? It's very obvious. I do feel like she's very intuitive. I believe she's an author as well and has written 2 books. So she's very well versed in picking up on lies and the truth. And I do feel like everything that we've all been saying, that there has been major fraud in this election, is exactly what is going on. And I feel like she does have that information. And I do feel like a lot of people could potentially go down. But then again, I also feel like, that while they have so much, like, you have to understand, this is a big thing. A lot of people's lives are at risk here, and I don't feel like a lot of people, like judges and other people, are going to put their life at risk in representing President Trump, even though he deserves to be represented in a court of law, or the cases to be taken seriously, because obviously, we cannot afford as human beings here, as Americans, to go through this, because if we allow this fraud to take place, then what's to say that it's not going to continue to happen? And it's been happening over history. So this is a time where a lot of lies are being exposed. But getting back to Sidney, I feel like she's very passionate. She's very driven. And I do feel like she is not going to back down. I feel like her and Giuliani did clash a little bit, because he's very much in his divine masculine, but so is she. And I don't feel like he liked to defer to her at all, or kind of get advice, not because they're chauvinists or anything, but just that's what it is. But honestly, this, when I tune into her, I do feel like there's definitely something is going on. I feel like she is in danger. I do feel like that there are a lot of people that are coming for her, that are attacking her. I do feel like it was very strategic, regardless of what happened between her and the Trump campaign, or the Trump legal team. Whatever happened, it's very strategic is what I get. And so I feel like she, I don't know if after all of this is said and done, and if she does release any information, is she going to have to move from where she is at? Because I kind of feel like there is this movement, but also this ending around her. So I don't know if someone's going to silence her, or kind of wanting to shut her up in so many ways. Not that that she would be intimidated or anything, but I feel like there is someone that is trying to shut her up. They don't want her to talk. And I do feel like around her, they're going to target like her home, family life. It's going to be coming out in the very forefront. And I'm not sure if she's able to, and I don't feel like she has any skeletons to hide. She's very much, standing in her truth. But at the same time, you have the whole world right now, in crumbles. Like everybody is, you have people that believe that Biden won this election legally, and then you have people like myself and other people that are spiritually awoken and know that this was not the case. Like, how did Biden get more votes than President Obama, right? Like, that makes no sense. And how did dead people vote in this election? But it is what it is. And I get here that she's really playing with fire. So I really am worried about her and about what is coming up next. I do feel like she has a lot of eyes and ears and things on her. Interestingly enough, I feel like she's going to try to enjoy the holidays, maybe with her family or friends. But this case, I feel like, is going to consume her life in so many ways. And I feel like it would be more prudent for her um, to have worked with President Trump. That's ideally what I think she should have done. But I feel like in many ways that, she stands her ground, and she was not going to let Giuliani just make all the decisions here. So interestingly enough, I kind of feel like people, in the people that are conservative, right? Like us, they may, or people that are even Democrat that are looking in, from the outside, are looking at her as a family woman, looking at her as somebody that is like their mom, right? Or their grandma potentially. I mean, she's still young, but, like they look at her like at this level, and they're like, why are you ruining your life helping President Trump? That's kind of like the mentality that some people have that are against President Trump, right? And against Sidney representing President Trump. But I feel like for her, this is something that's not about President Trump. It's really about her future and the future of her grandchildren, or future of, I don't know if she has grandchildren. I'm just saying in general, the future of other generations to come. We cannot allow fraud to continue to take place in the electoral system, the voting system. It is flawed. It is corrupt. And this is something that I've been saying. Now, if you don't follow me on Patreon, you should be following me on Patreon. You should sign up. It is $10 a month. The reason that I'm saying this is because it's insane, because I did a reading on Patreon that was not pushed here on my YouTube channel. And basically, I said that I saw a strong female rising up and helping President Trump. And this would be her. And I did that several weeks ago. And then it came out into light that she was helping or representing President Trump in some kind of way. So she has done several tweets about releasing the Kraken, right? About all of that, or Kraken. I don't know how you say that, Kraken. But I feel like for her, there is money at stake in all of this as well. Like, I feel like she will get the support that she needs. People are donating for her to continue to fight, and file her own lawsuits or present the own evidence that she has. I see her, not getting a lot of sleep. She is staying up. She's researching. She's doing cross-referencing. She has a group of people that work with her. I don't know if this is her legal team, because as my understanding is that she doesn't practice law like a lawyer would. So I don't know if she's retired or whatnot, but I get here that she is in paperwork. Like, there's tons of paperwork, and sitting at her desk, and she's looking at all of this, and she's made the connections, and she's put the dots together. And sometimes when you are very vocal, you are labeled, let's face it, a conspiracy theorist, but you're not really a conspiracy theorist. And I always say that in every conspiracy labeled conspiracy theorist, or person that is labeled a conspiracy theorist, there's always some truth that is behind that. There's actually more truth than lies behind it. So I feel like she saw something, and I feel like she's being very careful. I don't know if she's under like a witness protection program, or, she's getting security from the FBI or the CIA. I don't know, but I feel like her life is one that, she definitely may not be able, after all of this, to be in the public eye without security, or a security officer, or somebody that is protecting her. I do get that, again, she is very focused on this, and she has a lot of spiritual assistance from the other side. But I do feel like this is ultimately going to play with her health, and it's causing her, like, she needs to pay attention to her blood pressure, for one, is one issue. And then again, making sure that she's getting enough rest, because this is a lot of stress for a person her age. Not that she's old, again, I'm not making that reference, but she is in her 60s, right? And so ideally, like, even if you are, still full of vitality, when you get to your 60s, there's a lot of changes that happen. It's natural. Everybody goes through it. Um, I see her pursuing this, but then I also feel like she has somebody else that is wanting to step on her toes, or that will be coming in the next couple of weeks forward, and they're going to be like, I want to work with you, blah blah blah, and she or they are going wanting to, they're, I don't know if this is a witness or somebody that she's spoken with, but I get the idea or the feeling that they may want to like jump the gun and say or release information ahead of time before it actually hits like the Supreme Court or whatnot, and so, or the legal system. So she's gonna have to like tell that person, you need to stop. Like, this is not the right thing to do. Stop is what I keep feeling, and I do feel like she's being guided like from the other side. She's very intuitive. I did pull out the High Priestess card, which is very very. So I also don't know if she may be working or they've gotten like insights, the legal team of Trump, from a psychic as well, but I kind of get that. And I see here that they are going to target her love life or her partner. This is like kind of what I get. Again, I don't know if she has one or her situation. Like I said, I don't research these people, but from what I see here, there is something about like um, creating friction in her personal life, but also something about a partner. Um, Here, and the devil card came out in all of this. It's very interesting. So there are people that are involved in drugs and darker things that may try to silence her in some way. I'm not saying that they are going to hurt her physically, but maybe like threaten or something like that. But there's a lot of darker energy, and for her, it's very important that she doesn't lose sight of why she is fighting the good fight and why she is actually representing President Trump, because there's so much darkness that surrounds her. And these are people, like I said, that don't want the truth to come out, that I do feel like they could actually make it where she is very low vibration, or she wants to like fight them in some kind of way, not physically, of course, but like, but just them lowering her standards or lowering her energy, where she kind of gives into negativity and lets that, blind her, or lets her, it stops her from what she wants to ultimately achieve. Because this would be historic, right? It would be historic if they could prove fraud. And I do feel like interestingly enough, she is going to be successful in whatever she is going to do. I'm not saying that she's going to be successful in the legal court system, but there is celebrations coming up. There is going to be a big, 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 big breakthrough with Sidney Powell and the information that she has. That's the only thing that I can tell you at this point, that there is justice. I did get the justice card. And again, there's very much different or interpretations when we get those cards. But for her, I do feel like ultimately she is going to be successful. I see her smiling. I feel like she is like, finally, somebody is listening. Somebody is taking me seriously. So even if she doesn't like get successful in the courts, which I don't know, I'm not God, I can't say, she is still planting the seeds. And if she isn't, somebody else is definitely going to come forward. The message here for Sydney from the higher power, right, from the angels, is to continue to remain strong, because honestly, this takes a lot of energy and a lot of, having to deal with a lot of repercussions from people that are just vile and that treat you like dirt, right? Or they try to destroy you in some kind of way. And then again, for her, it's just a reminder of taking time for herself, not to let this whole situation consume her, because regardless of how successful she is or how successful she's not, the truth is still going to come out at one point or the other about everything that has gone down around this. And I do feel like ultimately there is a call, a phone call, an important phone call that Sidney gets from either the president himself, even though they say that they have parted ways, whatnot, or someone on his team. This could be the vice president or someone else, but there's someone in the administration that is going to give her an important phone call, and it's going to like make her happy. So I feel like even though we are seeing sidelines, headlines, don't let that fool you, because they could still be. I'm not saying that she's lying or that President Trump is lying, but I do feel like they could be in communication still, right? And they could still be sharing some information here and there. I do feel like she's trustworthy. I do not feel like she's a betrayer, that she would betray anyone, but I see her having like a celebration. So whatever she's going to release, whatever this Kraken is, it's going to be huge. Hear me now when I say it's going to be huge. And again, the media will not cover it. And if they do cover it, they're going to label it like a conspiracy theory in so many ways. But whatever Miss Powell is going to release, it is powerful, honey. Let me just tell you. And I'm very, very excited because I see her celebrating, and I see her receiving a call. And the call is like, we did it. We got the information out there, or we achieved improving our case. So I don't feel like Trump supporters should be discouraged. I don't feel like Democrats should be, worried that President Trump is going to win, because I honestly feel like he already won this election. But also, if they are Democrats, my message to you out there is that you should want the truth to be exposed out there, for future elections, for your children, for your generations that are coming, and your great grandchildren. You don't want this whole fraud situation to continue, so celebrate with us Republicans who are obviously doing and fighting the good fight for it. It's not about overturning an election. That is not what it's about. It's about our democracy as a whole and our rights as a whole, and making sure that there is integrity, and again, not just integrity, but also transparency in everything, right? And there's been so much secrets, so much lies, so much back and forth with this election that obviously it's tainted, and it's not something that should be trusted. But again, these are just my own insights and comments and whatnot, from Spirit. Again, all allegedly. So don't, hopefully no one gets butthurt about this reading. But again, there's going to be people that are going to be like coming for me in the comments, and I cannot control that. So again, you have to ask yourself, why did you listen to this if you did not agree with the message? Or why are you listening to my channel, right? To voice your opinion if you're not happy. I don't go to other people's channels if I'm not happy with what they, the content they share. But regardless, that's neither here nor there. But I am saying here that I'm very, very excited to see what exactly Miss Powell has under her sleeve and what she knows, because from what Spirit tells me, and this is not in the cards, this is Spirit talking, she knows a lot, and she knows a whole bunch, and it's coming out, and it's coming out soon. And I think a lot of people are being discouraged by the media, again, to not believe, Trump or the Trump team, or that they're reaching. But trust me, from what I can see here from this reading and from tapping into her energy, there is a lot that's going to be coming out, and this is going to be in the history books. Trust me, this will be in the history books when it is finished and done with. So I hope that you enjoyed this reading. I want to thank you so much, my Rays of Light, for being here. And don't forget this Thursday and Friday, Thanksgiving and Black Friday, I do have a sale in my shop. Use promo code HOLIDAYS20. That's HOLIDAYS 20, all lowercase and all together, for 50% off everything in my shop, with the exclusion of emergency readings. Those don't qualify for that, but it's one of my biggest sales of the year. So if you ever wanted to get a psychic reading, or you've wanted to book, or maybe buy some oils or some crystal jewelry that I sell, or perhaps you just want to gift a reading for someone, right? This is your time to do so. So again, only 200 orders will qualify with that promo code. So set your alarms, set a reminder. So at 12 midnight, people have been asking me, when is the sale happening? Again, when Wednesday 11:59 p.m. hits and it turns 12 midnight Thursday a.m., Thursday, that's when the sale begins. Again, holidays 20. All right, guys, I love you so much. Blessings, love, and light. Until next time. Bye.